Alright guys, you ready for this? It is going to be a Game of Thrones. But it's going to be a good Game of Thrones. That got away from me, that one a little bit. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm playing a game called Crusader Kings 2, which is, I would define as a real-time strategy game that's a role-playing game. I know, just bear with me here. Trust me, it gets better. So how this game works is essentially you choose a character. Right now, we're playing in Westeros, which is the Game of Thrones world, or one of the continents of Game of Thrones. And you can choose any character from here that has a seat of power. So anybody from a lord to a king, you can choose. Where are you? There you are. Now there are some choices here that you might recognize. Like you could play as, for example, where is Robert? Yeah, there we go. You could play as Robert Baratheon, who, spoiler, eventually becomes King of Westeros, temporarily. Or you could play as King Aerys the Mad, or you could play as Eddard Stark. You know, these are familiar names if you've read the books or you have watched the show. Now for me, I haven't actually read the books. I'm kind of a fake nerd like that. I've been meaning to get around to it, but I probably won't ever do it because I'm actually illiterate and it's a deep, dark secret I have that I don't tell anybody because I'm ashamed of it. So, now you know the truth, and you can go and taunt me forever about it, and I feel awful. I might even cry. So, how it's going to work here is I've already chosen, because it took me like literally an hour and a half of giggling like a crazy lunatic to decide which to decide which character I should play. I wanted to originally play Eddard Stark because I wanted to beat some bitches up. That sounds misogynistic, and I swear to God it's not. I love women. God bless all of you. Drake forever. And then I was going to go and I was going to kick King Aerys the Mad's ass, but I don't know. I thought that would be a little bit too mainstream. You know, I'm a hipster like that. So I've decided on Lord Walder the First of the Crossing. I don't know who this is. I think he might have mentioned in the show once. Maybe not. I don't really know. But I like where he is. He doesn't really have very much power. He has this land here. This is all him. Bam. Those 5, 1, 2, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Those 5 provinces are all he owns. That's it. And he probably doesn't even own all of those. He probably only owns 1, or maybe he might own 3, but probably only 1 or 2. So I'm gonna play as this guy, all right? And how the game works is you get to play as a single character, and essentially you can either, you know, play for a strategic thing where you can just try to take as much power as possible, or you can do what I'm gonna do, which is play kind of to the strengths and weaknesses of your character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and play him based on his traits. So if he's an idiot, I'm going to play him as an idiot. If he's exceptionally smart and exceptionally deceitful, I'm going to play him like that. I think he's kind of a jerk. I looked at what stats he had to start with. I don't think it randomizes it for main characters, which I think he is, because like he's a major lord. So I think his stats should be the same as what I saw before. So I think he's going to be a bit of a jerk, which I'm going to try and play him as a jerk, like a deceitful, lying, boorish asshole. I'll do that to my best, which shouldn't be too hard. Ask any girl I've ever dated. And once he dies, he's going to be replaced by his heir, who I will then play. And I don't know what traits the heir will have. The heir that he has right now might not be the heir that I end up playing. The heir might get killed off, might get assassinated, might die in war, he might die from natural causes before his father. Anything could happen. That's why this game is so much fun, because it is just... it's all over the place. So there's a lot of stuff to take in. I've already rambled on for like, I think, a minute or 2 minutes. And I'm just going to say right now that I'm going to try to do a minimum amount of explaining what is happening. If you're really interested in what's going on, I definitely recommend getting this game. You can buy it on Steam. The mod is free to download. The mod, I haven't played very much of it. I've only put like an hour into it. But it's fun. This game is fun itself. And the mod is just, it's awesome because it's a Game of Thrones, right? So I'm going to hop on that bandwagon and pretend like I really loved it before everybody else did, but I really didn't. So let's get to it right now. I'm just going to go ahead and play it. I've chosen him, Lord Walder the First of the Crossing. Go! Let's see what happens. Okay, so first off, let's look what we have here. So this is us, the Crossing. That's all of our territory. Purple is us. Go purple. So to the north, we have the north. Ha! Witty. That is all of Mr. Stark. Stark. That's right. Yes. I'm sorry. I've confused my my worlds. I'm thinking of some... Anyways. Okay, so we have the north up there. We have the Vale over here. I'm the Crossing. The Riverlands. The Iron Isles. Islands, sorry. Bay of Claws. The Iron Throne. The Crown Lands. This is the Westerlands. The Reach. The Dorn. And I think that's everything. Oh, and then of course way up here. Well, let's go. You have Always Winter. The Land of Always Winter. Or whatever the hell they call it, and the Night's Watch, which you could actually play as. I was so tempted to play as Night's Watch, but I think there's no wildlings yet in the game, so it's kind of, it's one of those things where I thought it'd be kind of boring if I played as them. So this is what we chose. I'm gonna have to live with it. Alright, this is what we have for territory. Let's look at, okay, so direct vassals. So this means my guy, who is me, Lord Walder I of the Crossing, I only control the Twins and Freylands. Those are my two directly controlled provinces that are under my control. That was really redundant. Then we have Mistlewood, which is under the lordship of Lord Andrew of Mistlewood. Cape of Eagles, which is under Lord Leslin of Cape of Eagles. And Arrenford, which is under Lord Raymond of Arrenford. Okay. So these three here are my vassals. So essentially they're like my allies. So if I call them to war, they have to come with me to war. They don't have a choice. They can eventually, if they want to, they can rebel against me and they can try and fight me for my power, or they can continue to be my vassals and pay me taxes and give me all kinds of good stuff. Now, most places remain your vassals simply because they're not strong enough to rebel against you, but if any of them get too powerful, I might have to, you know, lay down a smackdown on them, put my own rebellion down, but we should be okay. Okay, so let's just look up here. This is the council. These are all people that kind of help you out. They are such as here. You got Master of Laws, Master at Arms, Master of Coin, Master of Whisperers, your Castellan, and your Maester. They just kind of give you bonuses and whatnot. This is me myself. Alright, so let's look at the traits we have here. We have an Elusive Shadow. So he's Master of the Art of Intrigue and should make a perfect Spy Master. Or a Master of Whisperers in this case. So my character is deceitful, lustful, greedy, proud, ambitious, authoritative, rude, and a family person. So he's quite the winner, this guy. He's kind of got a lot of flaws to him, but he's a delightfully flawed character, I suppose. He is 74. Wow, he is an old man. Wow, with a lot of children. That's a lot of, that's like, probably, wow, it's like 20 kids. Maybe. Can't be that many. So how many wives does he have? She's dead, actually. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 wives. Wow, this guy... And they're all dead. That is not good for... Wow, I'm not going to marry him off again because he has a tendency to kill them off. I'm going to call him Henry from now on. Alright, so let's look a little bit around before we end this video. We've already looked at the different places we have, so let's look more specifically at what is actually around us. What do they think of us? So if you... Oh, there we go. So these places that are green, this bright green, they really like us. So these places here that are a little less... They like us, but not quite as much. The brown places, they don't really have an opinion of us, or they're neutral, or they don't like us very much, or they like us only a little bit. When it comes to red, you know, means bad. Red is bad. They don't like us. And as you can see here, some of them really don't like us. But for the most part, we're not too despised. Why do you hate me up here? Oh well, that can't be that important. Okay, so let's... I know what? No, I can't even unpause the game. So, I'm not even going to do anything else. I'm just going to end the video here, and we will see if this is worth continuing, because it is... The game is incredibly fun itself, but I don't know how well it will transfer over to a YouTube audience, because it's just going to take so long to play, and it's so in-depth. So, okay. I'm going to end it here. Let me know what you think. If you think it's something that you're interested in, then I will totally continue it, and I'll post somewhere. I'm going to make the next few videos anyways, because I'm going to play this game, and I like hearing myself talk when I play. So if you want to see it, let me know, and I will gladly post them. Otherwise, this might be the only one. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and that's it.